too, they look like bridesmaids. Jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you at the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, throw rock Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll drop the throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And I guess, partner, you call that a covered sack.
Oh, without a doubt, because where did he have to go with the football? I know everybody wants to get on him about, hey, get rid of the football. You had too much time in the pocket. But he's scanning the field, nowhere to go, and that allowed the pressure to ultimately get to him.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw is James. Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Carolina. 61 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab with that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Here's James throwing to start the drive. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is McCaffrey on the give. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's their quarterback hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point safely through. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about toe bash. Super toe.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Right back to him on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! Here we go now.
Looking to throw. James. Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 32 that time.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate out.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coach.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Darren Lee leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Gone!
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And a loose football. And the Panthers have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hot!
James now to throw on second down. Sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
James looking to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Carolina getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now James throwing on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down, James. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now they try the right side here. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So it's halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw is James. To throw on second down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, so a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme.
Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here we go. Gun!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the carry, here's Clement. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's James throwing on 3rd and long. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They'll run with Clement. And an alley to run. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run again with Clement. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. James. That is caught at the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. James. They still can't get it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
He'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Golden.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.